What's going on, everybody? Today's video is from Returnal, some gameplay and just talk about the game. This is your ship. You can always return to it. I've seen videos say that you can heal in here, and it only heals you a little bit, but that you can come back in here, right here to your bed, and rest, and you'll heal. But they said that you can just keep doing it until your life is full. I think they patched that out because it does not let me do that. Believe me, I've tried. I suck at this game. The only reason I've beaten the first boss is because I had a parasite that would revive me when I died, and I had the astronaut statue that will also revive you when you died. And I died twice. I almost died a third time. When you die, you lose everything and return back to your ship. The only thing that you keep is your ether and your permanent upgrades. Like, let's see. Like, you keep the sword, and then there's the alt fire thing. That one, you keep the like when you beat a boss, you keep the the first boss gives you the crimson key, which lets you get to the second biome. There's a warp you can take that'll get you there. The house key you keep. You don't keep anything else. You can spend ether here to give you an artifact, and it continuously goes up. Like, it starts off at 3, then it goes up to 5, then I think it goes up to 10. This is your multiplayer. You can choose to do whatever. I haven't tried it yet because my internet is shit, and I wanted to get better at the game, so I wouldn't drag somebody down. Anyway, you start off with a pistol. You have infinite ammo. The thing is, the weapons overheat. So, whenever a little box pops up, if you hit R2 while it's in the middle of it, or inside the box, it'll instantly reload your weapon. This is Obolite. That's your currency. That's also something you lose when you die. The enemies drop it when you kill them. There's sometimes you come across gold enemies that drop a lot of it, but they run from you. The sword usually just about one shot to everything. And certain enemies hit it in one shot. But it's pretty useful. All enemies have a weak spot. I'll say all enemies. I think all enemies have a weak spot. Every 3 enemies you kill, your adrenaline level goes up. It doesn't say it, but it seems like it increases your overload bar. When you kill enemies, you have to be quick to pick up the Obolites because they disappear really quickly. One thing the game doesn't tell you, it's useful to know, is this heals you, but if your life is full, it changes into resin. And you see the life bar in the bottom left corner, the green bar? Well, when you pick up resin, and it gives you one little white bar. When you get 3 of them, it'll increase your health by like 10% or something. These bars can be opened by shooting the oh, is it? Oh, it wasn't. These are regular chests. Sometimes they're purple. It means they're malignant, so they'll give you a malfunction. Anyway, these are the weapons. Normally, I would say don't open a chest until you get your proficiency up, because your proficiency determines how good the weapon is. Each weapon has a star rating. The higher the stars, the better the more bonus stats it'll have. Like, see, in this one's case, you see the weapon. The middle part that's got the eye, it says blast shell, and shield breaker for the other one. That is your alt fire. And then you have your stats below that. Then below that, as you can see on the right weapon, it says waves. That's a skill, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's a skill. But you have to learn them. You can't just pick it up and have them. There we go, now I got 10% more health. Cool. That comes in handy, because you take a lot of damage in this game. You need a sword to get in those, to get past those vines. You know, these little things right here, you're gonna fall whenever you go. I say that because there are certain malfunctions you can get that makes it to where you take damage. And normally you don't take fall damage, but there are certain malfunctions that'll make it to where you take damage when you fall. So, and it's a good chunk of damage. I don't know how many weapons there are on here. I think there's like 10 or 11, 12, something like that. Like, see, the one I got now is like a machine gun. This is like a shotgun. We got a pistol. And that's the carbine. That's like an assault rifle. I'm gonna go with this because I haven't learned the skill, that particular skill. The carbine is usually one of my favorites, other than the shotgun. The problem with the shotgun is, like with most shotguns, you need to be close to them to use it for max effectiveness. But there is a skill you can get for the shotgun. I think it's slug shot or something like that. That will make it to where you shoot I think it shoots the regular shot, but it's got a slug in the middle of it that always goes straight. So it'll hit wherever you're aiming, instead of just worrying about the spread. And in the bottom right corner, you got your mini map. As you see, the green doors are like where you're supposed to go doors. Blue ones are optional. Usually has enemies in them or items, one of the two or both. Sometimes you'll see red doors, and then there's also gold doors, which are challenge doors, if I'm not mistaken. And they lock behind you and give you a whole bunch of enemies to fight. Let's see. Also in the bottom right corner beside the mini-map, the top one, where it says 7, is how many ether I have. And again, you keep those when you die. The second one is, I think it's Atropian keys. And then the bottom one is how many obolites you have, which is your money. I never really tried this weapon since I fucked that up. As far as your dash goes, if you tap it, it's a short dash. If you hold it, it's a long dash. You'll also come across some enemies that have a red shield. If you haven't gotten the sword yet, you're screwed because you can't destroy the shield without the sword. That's what destroys the shield. And sometimes you come across like a yellowish orange shield. Those you have to have upgraded melee, which I don't think that's a permanent thing. I think that's only like there's I think it's an artifact. It'll give you a stronger melee. And that's how you break the gold yellow shield. Another thing is your dash, you're invincible. You have iframes when you do your dash. So you can dash through shots and everything else. Typically you want to stay moving in this game. How you survive. Turn back up one. God damn it, I hate this. That's fine. That's difficult if you can get the weak spot. It's over there. Yeah, those dudes, those vines, they, I don't know if they'll kill you instantly when you get taken to the top, or if they just damage you. I've never let myself get taken to the top. But you can't kill them. You can shoot them like you want to this kind of time. But they do have their uses. Like until you get the grappling hook, there's a lot of ledges you can't reach. But usually, well, not usually, in most cases, there's one of these dudes nearby and you just get to pull you up high enough and then dash over to it. You're, where is the switch? You can click R3 to scan your environment too. It'll show you stuff. Like that green stuff up there, that's a grappling point. That I think you get from beating the second boss. I think. I don't know that. I'm guessing. I don't know where the thing is for that. I'm not really concerned with it. I don't need to open the door. I bet that's not the right one. Also, when you're connected to the internet, you can find bodies of yourself from other players. Kind of like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, how you gonna put it, whichever. And it'll tell you the die you can scavenge, which costs ether, or you can avenge them, which you get to fight a strong enemy. Yeah, this is the right way. You get to fight a strong enemy and you gain ether. Anyway, this is the second biome. This is where the item is. It increases the number of items you can hold. This will pump you up to 4 or 5 proficiency. This heals you. And that's what's always there. Sometimes there's something up here. Nope, ain't nothing up here this time. Anyway, that's about it. I can't think of anything else to really point out. Like I said, it's best to pick one weapon and stick with it, get good with that weapon. The only reason I don't is because I'm trying to learn the skills for all of them, because I haven't really found a weapon that I just have to have. Like, I prefer the carbine or the shotgun. It just depends on the situation. But, I mean, all of them are pretty good. Even the pistol's pretty good if you have the right stuff on it. But, that's all I got. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all take it easy and have a good one.